Oh yeah, you sure changed the comic world with that one. Oh, they should still do that. The Jamie Lee Curtis dance will be hilarious. Dark Angel. Oh yeah, wasn't that the training wheels for that anime he never got off the ground? That's amazing, it's still alive. How could you survive years of neglect? It's incredible this movie turned out as good as it did.
Look, she's waking up.
Hi! Well, you're a surprise. What's your name?
My name is...
It's no use. She's been in development hell too long.
I'm sure she'll still kick ass.
Are you planning to regenerate her?
Oh yes, she's the most promising anime adaptation I've seen in years.
Wow, this new body looks great.
Well, you deserve it. You've been through quite a bit.
Really? I don't remember.
It's not surprising. A lot of people forgot about you for a bit, but I never gave up hope.
I don't understand.
Well, maybe it's best I start from the beginning. In 1993, a Battle Angel OVA was released based on the 1990 manga. It was the first anime I ever saw that was meant for adults. It was one of those few VHSs at rental stores that had that wonderful sticker that called to every teen like the Pied Piper's flute. Well, it wasn't anything groundbreaking. It had memorable characters, good world building, and some bloody as hell action. I was immediately hooked. It got me to read the manga, opened up a world of anime that was even bigger and better than I imagined, and I had this VHS to thank for it. And I wasn't the only one who was taken by it. In the 90s, James Cameron absolutely fell in love with Battle Angel, and declared he would one day make a movie out of it. But as other projects grabbed his attention, some developed, some abandoned, the film kept getting postponed. Some projects even served as tests, with his show Dark Angel testing the idea of a futuristic action girl, and Avatar testing if he could CG an entire person to look believable. Nevertheless, it still didn't seem ready, and he was constantly distracted by other endeavors. It wasn't until Robert Rodriguez stepped in to help condense the script that Cameron realized the only way this was going to get made is if someone else took the helm. And I know I've mocked some of his movies in the past, but not only is this guy one of my favorite filmmakers, but he is perfect for directing this. While it had a Cameron look, it felt like a Rodriguez story. Super gritty and over the top, with almost random violence and deaths around every corner. It was also a perfect mix of two opposite styles. Cameron famously went over budget, making some of the most expensive films ever made. Rodriguez made several films in his garage. So for a future that's supposed to be half state-of-the-art and half low-tech, this was a match made in heaven. But there was still one question. What version of Alita do you adapt? The manga and anime were surprisingly quite different, with several elements and characters created and other elements and characters cut out. The solution? Do them both. Alita ambitiously combined both stories, resulting in critics giving it mixed reviews because they thought there were too many side stories and characters making it feel crowded. Yeah, that's called an anime. I'm sorry Cameron didn't sell you Ferngully again, but I thought this was a lot more creative and at least acknowledged the source material it was based on this time, creating one of the best anime adaptations, if not the best anime adaptation, ever shown on the big screen.
Wow, so with all that time, I must be the most perfect film ever made.
You are awesome!
So, I'm perfect?
Well, you are awesome!
Doesn't that mean I'm perfect?
Funny enough, being awesome rarely means you're perfect. In fact, often it's part of what makes something so awesome.
That makes no sense.
Okay, look, I'll go over what's perfect, what's not, and how they're sometimes the same.
As long as one of us follow that sentence, we should be alright.
This is Alita, Battle Angel!
I know, I'm right here.
Oh, I was talking to the audience that time.
This is gonna be confusing.
Yes, it is.
But I'm used to it by now.
Oh, good. We open with how Dark Phoenix left 20th Century Fox and come across a sort of cyborg doctor named Dyson Ito, played by Christoph Waltz, who rummages through all the dead Terminator franchises, coming across something unique. It should be pointed out that the attention to detail in creating certain scenes is crazy. This isn't surprising, seeing how Rodriguez did Sin City, which basically used the comics as storyboards, but the little touches for die-hard fans really deserves a golf clap. He brings what he found to his assistant, who I don't mind changing from the original, but look at the original. That has so much more character to it. I don't care if you make him a black woman, but go with someone like Whoopi Goldberg. That'd be more fitting and memorable.
What are you dreaming, little angel?
Okay, that was creepy and probably belongs in the manga. They start off a little creepy too. They give her a body and she wakes up with those eyes. So people have a lot of thoughts about these eyes, and honestly, they're all kind of right. They are freaky, but they emphasize her expressions. They're distracting, but they also give the character in film more of an identity. Oh yeah, Alita, the girl with the big eyes. Without that, it'd be, what, that robot girl in the future movie? There's like a million of those. It's not like an anime because everybody doesn't have the big eyes, but I think that confirms her as a bit of an outsider. The only issue I have with them is that they do distract from what an amazing effect the rest of her is. I mean, the eyes are obviously CG, but the rest of her is too. Look at the shirt, the pants, the skin, the hair. All of that is from computer. She wasn't wearing any of that on set. I feel bad as this actress, Rosa Salazar, seems to never show her real face in anything. She's like the Tom Hardy of animated filters. But the effects are so good, all her charm shines through. She is disgustingly likable in this.
Does anyone ever go up to Zalem? We should go. That's so good. Who is that? Yeah!
Do you want to join in?
If I didn't have reoccurring nightmares of Margaret Keane children eating me, I'd call her cute as a button. Part of that charm, though, is also from Waltz, who takes whatever adorableness she throws at him and knocks it right back with his own brand of aww.
Taste receptors are working.
She can tell this fruit is from Walmart. She can't remember anything, not even her name, so Ito calls her Alita, and shows her around Iron City, the slums compared to the Sky City of Zalem, just above. This place is great because everywhere you look, there's something going on. It's like a Ren fair, except slightly less embarrassing to be in. I said slightly!
Step aside! Out of the way!
Look out! A meat cute! Alita is kinda-ish saved by a boy named Hugo, played by Keenan Johnson. And despite this film probably having an overshare of exposition, it's kinda like Fury Road in that the storytelling is mainly in the expressions. Every time I watch this film, I see a reaction I never noticed before. Like, look at her expressions here when she's recognized as a cyborg.
You're a cyborg. Can I see?
There is so much vulnerability, shame, joy, curiosity, excitement, all in just those few seconds. Look at Ito's face when he names her Alita.
Alita. It's a nice name.
I love it!
Okay.
Don't you just immediately know he had a daughter and that was her name? We all got that, and it was just from a look. If you saw this movie and didn't like it, I highly suggest you watch it again and just read their expressions. There's so much good acting going on that isn't given enough credit. Speaking of which, Alita becomes suspicious when she hears about murders happening around town and Ito returns with a bloody wrist.
I heard that guy carves girls up and sells their body parts.
Don't give away my calling card.
Hey, kid!
They're visited by Ito's ex-wife Chirin, played by Jennifer Connelly. House of Sand and Fog trying or Hulk phoning it in trying?
Because I'm a doctor, and I'm a mother. And somehow I forgot that.
Sand and Fog, man, Sand and Fog! She meets with Ito, disturbed that he's using the body of their dead daughter on Alita instead of helping her make breakthroughs so she can go to Zalem.
I won't help you build monsters.
Gonna get back to Zalem somehow. I'll claw my way there with my bare hands if I have to. Someone take me away from this awful place!
Meanwhile, Alita meets up with Hugo and they play a nice game of fuck you ball.
Sorry.
Have a sudden urge to stitch a bitch. She ends up winning. As well as showing up the guy who hit her.
Your freak girlfriend's got some serious malfunction. She's not my girlfriend.
She is my sex bot and nothing more. Don't act like that isn't our future! Hugo continues to introduce her to all the wonders of the city. Including, of course, chocolate.
That's so great! I have a favorite food now.
Because it's always chicks and chocolate.
You have any chocolate?
Did you say chocolate?
Chocolate.
Have some chocolates, Eliza.
I know women love chocolate, but this has been done so much. Can't we get something a little different, like...
You have any...
Alright, maybe chocolate's not that bad. Hugo reveals that he, too, has dreams of going to Zalem.
If I was as strong as you, I'd climb that tube to Zalem right now.
They don't let anybody up there.
Yeah, that's what they want you to think.
And we're all living on a sphere planet, right? Pfft.
You just can't remember. If you could just tell me what those eyes have seen.
They're literally seeing every pore on your face now. I don't think I can take anymore how much these eyes can see.
Later that night, she sees Ito going out and follows him, afraid he might be the killer. But she discovers he's actually a bounty hunter, aka Hunter Warrior, trying to find the real killer.
Looking for me, Doctor? Or should I say, Hunter Warrior?
It's Dr. Hunter Warrior.
Nice shot! For a meat boy.
You just know to get that delivery Rodriguez was like, say that line more Rodriguez-y. It looks like Alita has some mad fighting skills though, and she saves Ito.
Rip that flea!
That's cool.
She once again fights them off, and as much as people like to ask why they couldn't make this an R, I think the real question is how the hell is this PG-13? Oh yeah, different color blood. If it ain't red, then nothing bled. Their leader, named Gruishka, played by Jackie Earle Haley, swears revenge, and Ito goes to collect the bounty for his kills as he clearly did the most work.
Do you do it for the money?
I take the money. Otherwise, the clinic would have closed long ago.
By the way, you have a giant gaping wound on your shoulder? Yeah, it's anime rules. I walk it off with my angst. Speaking of which, Ito reveals what happened to his daughter as a patient of his, played by no shit Casper Van Dien, broke in looking to steal drugs. Kinda like the real Casper Van Dien? No, I like him. I won't make that joke.
Alita couldn't get out of the way fast enough.
Did you ever find peace?
I found you.
I'm not your daughter.
So as you may have picked up, this movie is very disjointed, but every joint is such a good high. These are still engaging stories that keep me sucked in. There's just maybe one too many of them. Perhaps if they cut one of them out, like...
Welcome to Motorball!
Like Motorball. Motorball is technically one of the story threads that ties everyone together. People either work for it or steal parts for it, etc. And that's all good, but the sport itself is fine in another movie. The effects aren't as impressive as the other scenes, it's not that visually stunning, and the only real personality I get out of it is... Grrr! Had they made it more colorful, like maybe the Speed Racer movie, I might have enjoyed it more. But as is, it just looks like a pod race run by that carnival from AI. I keep expecting Chris Rock's head to say, "Is Jabba the Hutt!" We discover Hugo is stealing parts from cyborgs for a businessman named Vector, played by Mahershala Ali. But no time for that, we gotta drive our ice cream truck to an abandoned war zone.
This ship is from the Battle of Zalem.
This was an enemy ship that Alita is strangely drawn to and discovers a body inside that, big shock, fits her perfect. Hey, I found a body that fits me perfect too, but I deal with what I can get.
Forget it.
She tries to have Ito install her into the body, but he refuses.
This is called a berserker, the most advanced cyborg weapon ever created.
It was based on a very phallic anime. I put you in this, you will have a dick. He says it's too dangerous as the body is trained to attack without hesitation. Despite them now putting together, she was most likely an enemy soldier.
I will never unite you with this body.
That's fine. Fine.
Is that a real that's fine, or a I'm gonna wake up with my balls inside my mouth fine? She registers to be a hunter warrior and enters a bar for bounty hunters to ask for help finding Gruishka.
Hi, doggy.
He has a look like, yeah, that dog's so dead.
I came to ask for your help against our common enemy, Gruishka, and defeat him once and for all.
So, this scene is done a lot better in the manga. I know I haven't brought up comparisons too much, but this does point to the problem of there are one or too many things going on. In the manga, the first person she fights is Gruishka, and he rips her apart. She's put back together and filled with vengeance, discovering that the guy is so dangerous no bounty hunter dares to go up against him. This emphasizes not only what a threat he is, but the bloodlust that should possibly be feared inside Alita. That's kinda here. But there's so many other things going on, it's not a big focus. Even Gruishka isn't that threatening as he lost to her the first time they met. Where in the manga, there's literally just pieces of her left. So if you're wondering why something never quite felt right about this scene, that's probably the reason. But typical of this film's fashion, there's too much cool stuff afterwards to care. Like the intro of Sapan, a bounty hunter so slimy, only Francis from Deadpool can play him.
You cut loose, meat boy, over here and let me buy you a drink.
Watch it. I'm a meat man.
There's McTeague, the dog master. His biggest problem is having enough left to identify after so he can collect the bounty.
We also think he might be the guitar guy from Silverhawks, but nobody wants to watch Silverhawks to find out.
Well, this is Screwhead, one of our most
I mean, it wasn't bad. I just feel like I would put it on my queue and then always find reasons not to watch it, but you get the idea.
Well, this is Screwhead, one of our most...
The intro was amazing, though. Okay, I'm done. This, of course, results in a fight, and as you'd expect, it's a shit ton of fun. I'm helping! Meat man, motherfucker!
Knock it off! Or no more free repairs!
Ito comes in and breaks up the rumble. Yeah, that cleaned up the place. But Grishka finds them, and they discover he's been given upgrades.
I'm only here for the girl.
Take her. Meat man away.
The only one with courage.
I've seen Elfin Lead. I know where this is going. I'll admit there's something funny knowing that in all the badass advertising with the blood under her eyes, it comes from a cute little puppy. It's like finding out Rambo got his bow and arrow from a community college production of Robin Hood. It sucks the intensity out a little bit. Alita goes to fight Gruishka, but with his upgrades, he cartoonishly rips her limb from limb. Had enough?
Pleading for mercy.
Fuck your mercy.
Somehow that should have been more cool. It is around here that I realize I'm not always as invested as I think the film wants me to be, and that is a problem. Had she said that to Ito while they were fighting, I'd be like, holy shit, that's intense, but here, I don't really get much of a rivalry between them. Honestly, a more fitting line would be,
I'll bite your legs off!
The others come in to save her, resulting in Ito having no choice but to give her the berserker body.
No one will dare harm you again.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little let down. I wasn't as invested in that fight as I'd like to be. And I'm immediately charmed back in. That's the magic of this movie. Even when it's not great, it's still great.
Wow, that's amazing. So people saw this film like a ton of times, right? What was this? The second or third highest grossing movie ever?
Well, that would begin to make its money back.
Are you saying I wasn't a hit?
Sit down.
I can't. I'm a Blu-ray.
Well, then you have nothing to worry about.
Hooray!
So Alita visits Hugo to reveal her new body.
Close your eyes.
Okay, but it'll take 2 minutes.
Does it bother you that I'm not completely human?
Hey, look, people found this hot. You're on the more average side of the spectrum. The relationship elevates to watching outside the window. Hey, it's not cool when Superman does it. It's not cool when you do it. As Alita confesses her love by, you guessed it, literally giving her heart. Oh, this was a Cameron-written scene, wasn't it?
I'd give you whatever I have.
What are you doing?
Aw, I knew you stuffed.
I'd give you my heart.
Isn't that a little bit on the nose?
You want my nose too? I can give you that.
Whoa! Hugo might be making his way to Zalem through his connections with Vector, so Alita tries out for Motorball as the ultimate champion gets sent up there as well.
Try these.
Did you make these for me?
Yes.
Jesus, he makes me wish I was a robot teenage girl. But Nova, the unseen most powerful man in Zalem, is pulling strings by rigging the game and also framing Hugo.
There's no marker out on me.
There will be.
I never killed anyone.
That was you! You know you did that, right?
Hilo, run!
Rated PG-13. Hugo runs and Ito discovers all the players in the game are getting paid to take Alita out.
They're gonna kill you.
It's set up. You gotta get out of there.
Again, one of my favorite scenes is just a look. She's told everyone is against her and she's like, fucking good. I'm down for a Transformer salad. You bitches are going down.
Right off the snap!
Despite it not looking real, the action is still pretty fun. Like RoboCop playing rollerball. Rollerball. I got nothing.
With the face of an angel and a body built for battle!
I'm gonna call her Girl! They eventually leave the stadium and continue to battle on the streets.
How the hell is this PG-13?
Hugo calls Alita for help, but Sapan gets to him first. Sharon, however, shows up, having a change of heart, and says she can help.
Hugo is dead.
Wait, there's some Futurama bullshit going on here! Trying to steal the bounty violates the Hunter's code, allowing Alita to face off. Jesus, how does The Matrix get an R rating but not us? I've seen snuff films less violent! Oh, thank God you got Hugo. The bounty on him is huge. Ito tries his best to fix Hugo up, and word gets back that Sharon helped them escape.
I can't do this anymore. I'm out.
Once Alita breaks in to get answers, she sadly discovers Sharon's fate.
Like Dr. Sharon here. Nova demands body parts for his experiments.
Okay, as sad as that is, those eyes moving are hilarious. I want to hear her little mouth in whatever jar that's in to say,
I hate you! I hate you!
Gruishka attacks, and she has a flashback to all the evil Zalem has done in the past, making her realize Nova is the true enemy.
You're just his slave, and I'm just an insignificant girl.
Oh, is this where you're gonna be like Captain Marvel and play I'm just a girl because something patriarchy? I don't know, damn it, I really thought I could get through this review without mentioning that film. PG... Fuck it, we're NC-17.
Factory enforcers came looking for Hugo.
She discovers Hugo has escaped and is literally climbing his way to Zalem, and... this is another area where they sadly drop the ball. In the other versions, Hugo's nice, but he's also desperate, scrawny, kind of a goofball, and even has a tragic backstory about how his brother died trying to reach Zalem via balloon. So when you see him climbing up in a fit of madness, you can see it's someone who's gone off the rails. Hell, in the manga, he goes on a killing spree before doing so. This version is certainly bulkier and a ladies' man, but honestly was working okay until this scene. What should be someone pushed to the edge, losing everything from his mind to literally his body, is a dude acting like he has to move back in with his mom.
Forget it! I'm never going back to that filthy garbage heap!
You'll always be running.
Yes! It's Zalem! I'm almost there!
We belong up there, Alita.
How can I move back in with those people? Please tell me. They're insane!
There's a bounty on me. This is the only way.
I want to make it clear, I don't think it's the actor's fault. I'm sure he gave the exact performance asked for. I just think they went less for struggling skin and bones hopelessness and more the best friend from Boy Meets World. It would have had a bigger impact if they kept closer to the source.
If I go back down there, I'm dead.
Come on, we have to go back down.
But it's my holy land, my Jerusalem. They're watched by the all-seeing Nova, who coincidentally looks like Cameron Message Rodriguez, and he destroys Hugo off the beat.
Hey, you're lighter than I thought. Lose weight?
Hugo drops to his death, and Alita vows vengeance on Nova, the puppet master behind it all. How pissed off is she? She slices her own tear in half. Angst to me!
I am Jack's complete lack of surprise.
And sadly, we end on that sequel baiting instead of getting a more self-contained ending.
What do you mean? Aren't there a lot more books? I'm sure there's a million sequels in the works. I mean, wasn't this film a big hit?
Well...
No, it wasn't.
What? How is that possible?
Couple of reasons. For one, the film was difficult to advertise. True, it had big names behind it, but it was still very odd and tricky to market. Second, though it did better than many experts thought it would, it did not earn its money back domestically. And while overseas it did better, it's still not enough to see a profitable sequel. To put it bluntly, it's still a Rodriguez film and not a Cameron film.
What do you mean?
Usually Cameron films are instant hits, whereas Rodriguez films are underground hits, building its fan base over years and years.
Yeah, despite it being one of the best anime adaptations ever, it's still an anime. Weird, bizarre, and not having a groundbreaking message like Avatar.
But it's so fun and charming and dazzling and a technical feat.
But it had a few minor things wrong with it, so it sucks. Sorry, them's the breaks.
I know it's not fair, but it's... Hey, where'd you go? Oh, no. She isn't!
Oh, but she is!
You don't even know what I'm talking about.
You're right, I don't.
I'm coming, Blockbusters, I'm coming.
Movie!
adult part has stopped me, critic. My life is a cosmic joke, pointless and unnecessary.
No, movie! There's so much more to life than being a hit! Don't you know you mean so much to me and so many other fans? We've seen attempt after attempt after attempt of shitty anime remakes, and you're one of the only ones to get the spirit, look, action, and charm of the original down. I don't know why so many critics focused on the little things wrong with you when there's a million more things right with you, but the people love you, movie! Your following is growing more and more every day. It's the first time we've seen this director who spent years making films on dollars and cents finally direct a movie with an amazing budget, as well as not lose his unique roots and the roots of the source material. We can find a way, movie! Begin a new sequel!
But how? You need money.
No, you don't. It's a Rodriguez film, remember? He makes films with no money. Hell, he makes them as his kids' birthday presents. They can cut the budget in half and he'll still make it amazing. And Disney has Fox now. They're always reviving stuff nobody wants to see. I don't know if they have to make Alita a Disney princess or something, but I'm not giving up hope, and neither should you.
You're right. There is an audience that loves me. Maybe, if I just wait long enough, I'll grow enough of a following to show the world I'm worth more attention.
No!
What was that?
Oh, just a movie that thought she was one of us.
I bet she didn't even have a happy ending like we do.
Of course not. I mean, seriously, Disney, you made these. You owe us a sequel we actually want.
You have any...